Hello gamers, and perhaps you clicked on this video because you're a hate watcher, a fanboy defending their company's Sigma, or maybe just to hear out a man who is tired. Well, look no further, all of you, because you know something I find absolutely hilarious? Now obviously when I say this, of course, anyone who doesn't actually do these things are an exception to the rule, but if you, the person who should know this, decide to comment, well, herder, I don't do that. And sure, that's a little exaggerated, however, it makes you one of two people. Either someone defending themselves when no attack was meant, or someone who did exactly what I just said and decided to be a hypocrite. But back to what I was saying, if you leave a comment like this, it shows you're obviously pissed off or don't know how to take my harsh words at your favorite gamer characters. So I want you to just take whatever company's penis out of your mouth for a minute and understand that these videos were obviously made with the intent to be satirical. Multiple people who actually liked the video actually got that, so the fact you didn't is hilarious. And I could laugh all day. I mean, seriously, when I make a joke like this, I don't know if you guys have played or seen Shorekeeper, but she unironically sucks, and a major reason for this is just the fact that her shoes are actually the worst thing ever. Like, how the hell is she standing with these imbalanced shoes? Which is a pretty obvious one at that. I don't understand how you people possibly misunderstand. How could you shit on a character I like? That's indisputable. I could shit on characters of any series any day, just like anyone else could. It isn't hard. What you have to understand is that you, dear person or whoever, are blinding yourself between fiction and reality. Wake up. That's right. I said it because clearly no one else was going to. I mean, seriously, this is the community you people align yourselves with.
This HSR player destroyed their monitor because Acheron dropped in the Pridwin tier list. It's quite disappointing because after dominating the meta from version 2.1 until 2.5, Acheron dropped to tier 0.5. The way someone expressed their frustration by hitting their monitor until it broke like this is excessive. It's important to remember that this tier list was made by people, so it might not be completely accurate. This person will lose a lot, as they now have to buy a new monitor to play HSR again.
Seriously, punching your monitor because your favorite character is no longer meta according to not 100% accurate information. You gotta be out of your mind throwing away hard-earned money like that, and even more so in these gacha games because, you know, I respect whales because a majority of them make the money back, but let's not pretend like paying in these to fail video games is gonna do us any good. Sure, you might see another update sooner, but there's basically no way to guarantee that, and to be honest, it's more of a waste of your money than anything that's actually necessary in life. I'm even gonna say, yeah, I spent money on Genshin myself and it wasn't worth it, as I'm telling you now. You'll be better off just playing games normally, or even completely tossing Genshin Impact in the trash.
Know your fucking place, trash!
Because it can't stand up to the other gacha games right now. It's simply garbage and will remain that way, so instead of trying to defend the game on its fucking knees, just do something better with your time. Honkaistarrail feels dead since Pinakoni was so good, it basically overshadows everything that's been going on recently. Firefly overshadows a majority of the characters brought in these versions now. And sure, you could argue that she doesn't, but all I see are HSR ads for fucking Firefly, so it leads me to think that she was the last character a majority of people cared for since Robin or Acheron. And with that being the case, and the fact that Zen was Zone 0 is just more fun combat-wise to me, kind of breaks the fun I had with HSR. And honestly, after playing that other event to get the other fucking Eidolons from March 7th, the light one, I honestly was so fucking done because this event, let me tell you, is the epitome of
lazy.
Instead of actually fighting in team formation against the real characters, we are pitted against enemies we've already fought over and over again. I know that people are going to defend this because they didn't want to put money into designing those fights, but in that case,
Don't make an entire event about this very thing.
they would have saved more money that way and probably could have put it into a much better event, especially since it happens to be a permanent event. Seriously, come the fuck on. This is just ridiculous. And obviously, anyone going to defend this crap is just another fanboy sucking the proverbial cock of the developers. The people who are like this really stand out when you see things like this.
Guys, do I have any chance with her? Be real. Please lie to me. And you know, of course, you'll never guess this. The angry lesbians on Twitter decided to take up their keyboards. I'm an angry lesbian and you need to know that this character is a lesbian and all men aren't allowed to like them. Anyways, so underneath this quote and underneath this tweet, there's so many people who are either for or against this. Like this post that has completely ratioed the post with 14,000 likes saying she wants girls, not you, bro.
How apparently Robin is lesbian because, her, I said so. For fuck's sake, this is obvious to anyone who actually plays this game that this isn't true, and they legitimately are just spouting fucking nonsense down anyone's throat who doesn't agree with their forced headcanon. When you know the definition of headcanon, it means it isn't actually canon, which you'd think these dumbasses would understand, but all they have is the internet in their lives, spurring on their utter retardedness. You have to understand that this shit has been over the course of years, almost like these people have nothing better to do, like I said, but orbit around games that aren't theirs and force their opinions down other people's throats. I mean, these people are probably the same exact people that defend Genshin for being in a shit state, or how Genshin got 3 wishes for 3 years of fucking support.
Which is a fucking joke, by the way.
Just like how these are probably the same people that defend Wuthering Waves for having terrible optimization. Yes, I know the game runs fine with an SSD, but that doesn't excuse it not running on hard drives at all, and anyone who thinks it does is wrong. And like I said before, if you are an exception to this, then obviously I'm talking about the people who aren't. You know who you are. I can go even further by saying these are the same people who tried to boycott Genshin.
So why are the Twitter police all mad and offended this time? Well, similarly to things that we saw back in Sumeru, they're saying that Natlin is too white. The characters in the upcoming region Natlin, or Natlon, however you pronounce it, they're too white. Boycott Hoyoverse do's and don'ts. That tweet published earlier today on July 15th and getting over 3,500 likes so far. And they include this section that says, sign the linked petition and contact your local politicians. The whole thing gets even funnier when you see this exchange. Someone said, wait, I'm sorry, but what does calling my local politician do exactly? Someone brought up the option of communities whose culture Natlon is appropriating to contact their leaders so they can raise the issue of Hoyo hurting cultures and communities of people to the Chinese government. And it's like, bro, what kind of rock have you been sleeping under that you actually think that's gonna work?
For whitewashing characters when there's no actual confirmation that the game is based on real regions or people. Just because it has cultural references and design similarities doesn't mean shit, really, when a fictional story and design can go however the creator desires.
Have we forgotten the freedom of artistic expression or something?
Yes, I know. Despite talking about all this, it probably will inevitably never stop any of these fuckers from continuing to spout nonsense online. But if you ever find yourself questioning if their line of thinking is correct, then perhaps I shed some light on that for you, and that is to say, of course, they aren't. In any case, I hope this video was entertaining for you, perhaps a little informative, and that you never walk the path of these degenerates. Until we meet again.